Well, good afternoon and welcome to St. Louis Park Girls Softball. I'm Mike Resnick and I'll be doing the game today. We've got a home game. The Lady Orioles are hosting the Chaska Hawks. And the Hawks are coming in with a 7-7 overall record, and that's a 5-4 record in the conference. And the Lady Orioles are at 6-8 overall with a 2-7 conference record. So we've got what hopes to be a good day here. The wind is starting to come in a little bit, and we're hoping that we can have the R word holds out here. We don't want any rain. Again, I'm Mike Resnick. You're looking almost live here at Oriole Park at Aquila Fields. And today we've got Park 16 broadcast of Orioles softball. We've got Paul in the truck, Ben, Dina, and Kurt on camera. And we're slated to have what hopes to be a competitive game. The Orioles have the most wins they've had in the conference for quite some time, coming off some strong pitching from Lauren Resnick, as well as some upgrade in fielding by a very young Oriole squad. The Orioles are led by Coach Al Wahutka, and assistant coach and pitching coach is Stephanie Johnson. Let's take a look at the ladies from Chaska. Excuse me. Chaska comes in, and as I mentioned before, they've got a 7-7 overall record, 5-4 in the conference. They're right in the middle of the pack, and the balance of their season looks like Robbinsdale Cooper on the 8th. On the 11th, they've got Benilde St. Margaret. On the 13th, they've got Chanhassen, and then they finish it off with Shakopee on the 15th. The Chaska Hawks are coached by Christina Trapp, and they've got a little older team than the Lady Orioles. They've got 7 upperclassmen, including 3 seniors and 4 juniors, whereas your Orioles on the flip side are looking at 6 with 2 seniors and 4 juniors. And then they've got 3 ninth graders and 5 eighth graders. So now you can see Annabelle Schutte. Here's the lineup for today. And leading off for the Chaska Hawks is Emily Eaton. She'll be playing second base. Batting second in center field is Maisie Miller. Batting third and playing first base is Kinsey Bachman. Batting fourth and playing third base today is Haley Haas. And then we've got Michaela Johnson catching. Sydney Swenson is the designated player. Allie Case is playing shortstop, and pitching is Taryn Collins. And then in left field, we've got Alexis Clayman. There you're taking a look at a live shot of Annabelle Schutte. She and Lauren Resnick have been splitting duties at pitching this year. And looking around the field for the Orioles, as we mentioned, Schutte on the hill. Shea Swanson's the backstop. Olson at first, Evenson at second, McIntosh at short, Ullman at third, Resnick in left field, Lindell Paulson in center, and Selena Hampton in right field. And here we go. Emily Eaton leading it off for the Chaska Hawks. First pitch by Schutte is a strike. Just a little bit of a trace of precipitation here, just a little sprinkle, and there's a shot down the right field line, tailing off foul. So 0-2 on the batter, and we'll see if Schutte gives her the wiggle pitch. Schutte and the pitch. And she hits it off the end of the bat. Ullman comes up with the scoop over to Olson, and 1 out. That's a 5-3, 1 out, and this will bring up number 2, the center fielder, Maisie Miller. Maisie's a lefty. I expect a little bit of a slap hitter here. We'll see what she does down the left side. Yep, she's squaring up, and that's going to be up. Let's see if they call it. And Shea Swanson gets it. 1 pitch, and that's a pop out to the catcher. So 2 quick outs, and this will bring up number 17, Kenzie Bachman. Kenzie's playing first base today. the tall 17, number 17, excuse me.
Here we go, Kenzie!
Kenzie behind the pitch and almost takes out the first base coach. He doesn't look happy about that.
Here we go, Kenzie!
Bachman does a high chopper, and the shortstop cannot get to it. And that'll go in as a hit for Kenzie. So first hit of the game for the Hawks. Kenzie's at first, and now number 6 is Haley Haas. Haley's playing the hot corner today, and she's swinging a big stick.
Here we go, Haley!
Haley's a 9th grader. She swings hard.
Beat it!
Oh, and that's going to be an error on the shortstop. So unfortunately, Maddie has had 2 tough plays there where it looks like she's letting the hop take to her. Coach Wahutka is giving her some instruction. And now we've got runners at first and second with 2 outs. And this will bring up Michaela Johnson. Michaela's playing, she's number 1 and playing catcher today. And the Orioles hope to stop this little bit of a run that the Hawks are on. Here's Schutte. That goes high for ball 1. Schutte looks in for the sign and the pitch. And she goes to the second base. Oh, a beautiful catch by Mackenzie Evenson to end the inning. So we'll take a quick look at that. It was one hit and 1 error and 2 left on. So after a half inning complete, Orioles 0, Hawks 0. So we'll be switching it up here, and you can take a look now at the Lady Oriole lineup today. Orioles are going with a flex player today as well, so let's read it through. Maddie McIntosh is leading off at shortstop. Catching, Shea Swanson. Batting third and playing the hot corner, that's the big cat, Sophie Oman. Playing second base, and the girl who made the inning-ending play there, Mackenzie Evenson, she's a junior. Then you've got Lindsay Olson over at first base. In center field, Anya Lindell Paulson. Then you've got Ellen Hines, who's the designated player today, number 5, and she'll be hitting. And then you've got number 9, the left fielder, Lauren Resnick. Then you've got the right fielder, number 10, Selena Hampton. And then Annabelle Schutte is the pitcher, but she will not be batting until they make the play. She'll be listed as the flex. Hawks are throwing it around a little bit, getting warmed up. Orioles have their leadoff and their on-deck batter in the on-deck circle, swinging the big sticks. Here you go, looking around the field. That's Taryn Collins at the mound. Michaela Johnson behind the plate. Kenzie Bachman over at first. Emily Eaton at second. Haley Haas at third. Allie Case at short. And then you've got Clayman in left, Miller in center, and O'Keefe in right. Ooh, and the wind is just picking up. And at my vantage point here down first baseline, it's always fun to get a good full mouth of sand. We've got Coach Stephanie Johnson making her way down to the first base coach, and we've got Coach Al Wahutka over on the third base side. And leading off for the Orioles will be the shortstop, Maddie McIntosh. Collins is the main pitcher. She's been pitching about 80% of the Hawks games. They have one other player that has done some pitching, and we'll get her name right after this. Oh, there's a line shot by Maddie McIntosh right up the box, and she leads it off with a single. Now batting, number 1, the catcher, Shea Swanson. Shea's been doing a great job bunting this year. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Wahutka tries to move Maddie around and Shea drops one down. The wind up. Nope, she's swinging through. Maddie's going to try to steal second, and they got her. So quickly erased. And the Hawks have one out. So Swanson 0-1 in the count with one out. And she watches strike two. Collins hasn't been showing a lot of overly powering fastballs here. Catcher's looking into the dugout to get the sign. She goes high again, so Collins is missing high, but it doesn't hurt her because that'll be the second out. So F8 for Swanson, if you're keeping score at home. And this will bring up the hot corner, Sophie Ullman, number 14. Sophie started out the season extremely hot, and lately she's been in a little bit of a slump, so it'd be nice to see her get out of this. Well, outside, ball one. Wind is definitely blowing in from left field, so from the left field fence to the right field line or first base line, it's really coming at them. And that's a ball coming right at the truck, just missing. So 1-1. Collins behind the rubber, taking a look in. Now she steps in. She rocks, fires. Ullman goes low, and it's 1-2 now. So 2 outs, 1-2 on the batter. That was the first off-speed pitch we've seen by Collins. And strike three. So Ullman goes down swinging, and the Orioles finish their half inning. No runs on 1 hit and no one left on. After 1 complete here at Oriole Park at Aquila Fields, Orioles 0, Hawks 0. Okay. Go another inning, and then we'll take a break after inning 2. Leading off for the Lady Hawks will be number 9, Sydney Swenson. Swenson is the designated player today, and she'll be hitting in place of Katie O'Keefe, the right fielder, as the flex player. A lot of coaches will do this. It's a nice way to get 9 girls involved in the game instead of just your traditional, or excuse me, 10 instead of your traditional 9. And adds a little bit of strategy. If someone's swinging a hot stick or someone's doing well out in the field, you can make some nice combinations. Lady Orioles meeting at the rubber, discussing their play. And here we go. Top of the second here at Oriole Park. Wind is picking up. So in this particular case, it should be a help or a little bit of an advantage for the pitcher. And Swenson gets jammed there. She kind of fists one down the right field line, excuse me, the first base line. So 0-1 the count as Annabelle Schutte jumps on top right away.
Here we go, Sydney.
There you go. Schutte adjusts the grip and the pitch. There's a strike, so 0-2 now. Annabelle quickly jumps on top.
Protect, protect.
There's a fly ball in short center field, but Maddie McIntosh ranges over in the hole and makes the play. So 1 out, and this will bring up number 3, the shortstop, Allie Case. Allie's a lefty. Based on her warm-up swing, I'm looking at some slap hitting here. Let's see what she does. Wide stance. And she squares up, and yep, she's going to run at it. Ball one as Schutte goes high. There was a good opportunity there to jump out on top. So it's very apparent what Allie's going to be trying to do here. And we'll see if the Lady Orioles on the left side try to take it away. Okay, so an aggressive bunt. And that's Ullman who comes up with the play over to Olsen for the second out. On the 5-3 putout. That's 2 outs here. Top of the second in beautiful downtown St. Louis Park, Minnesota. Number 20 is Taryn Collins. She's the pitcher, and she watches strike one.
Here we go, Taryn!
Taryn swings, and that ball's going foul back towards the homes here. Oh, and that goes into the backyard. So she falls behind 0-2 with 2 outs.
Here we go, Taryn!
Pitcher versus pitcher right here. Schutte rocks and fires. Oh, the changeup, and she got her on the look. So a backwards K there for Annabelle Schutte. And after 1.5 complete, Orioles 0, Lady Hawks 0. I'm getting some instruction there from the Chaska coaches. They want them to move in and move out. So a little bit of a pitcher's duo so far here in St. Louis Park. The Orioles only had 3 batters in the first inning, so they'll be leading it off with the 4 spot. That's Mackenzie Evenson. Mackenzie's playing second base today. Mackenzie's moved around quite a bit over her time here at the Orioles. She's played first base, she's played third base, she's played outfield. They even tried her at first. She's been known to catch a little bit, but I think she's found her home at second base. She's really proved to be a really stellar player over at second. Coach Wahutka really likes her over there, and she's done a fine job. She's really done a nice job for the Orioles. So it's always nice to get a player in a spot where they can succeed. And Mackenzie, I think, has found a home over at second. It'll be interesting to see what happens next year. Most of the players are returning. Looks like the Orioles are losing Amanda Selly as a senior and Lauren Resnick. Resnick has done the majority of the pitching over the last 5 years, and she can play third base and outfield as well. So here we go. Collins adjusting the grip, looking in, winds up, and the pitch. Kenzie goes right after the first one, and shortstop has some trouble, but she still comes. Oh, and I think she's safe. Wow, good hustle by Mackenzie Evenson. She beats out the infield hit. Here you see the replay. That ball goes high, and the shortstop just bobbles it for a second, and that's all that Mackenzie needed to get to first base. So nobody out. Mackenzie's on first, and this brings up the first baseman, Lindsay Olson. Lindsay goes down the right field line, and that's foul. So just a little behind it. Lindsay's probably the tallest girl on the Oriole lineup this year, and I think she's right around 5'9.5", 5'10". She might be taller. We'll get an official height on that later. Oh, she looks at a low ball. So 1-1, count evens up. Olsen worked her way up. In the beginning of the season, she was doing a little JV and actually on the freshman team. And then Coach Wahutka moved her up as we've had some injuries and some adjustments on the varsity level here for St. Louis Park. Unfortunately, Megan Perkins had a season-ending injury at Richfield, breaking her ankle, sliding into second base. Collins the pitch. And Olsen looks at a high one. Might have been a little outside. So 2-2 the count, nobody out. Evenson over at first, and the Orioles would like to move her around if they can. Break this tie. That's low in the dirt, and there goes Evenson. She's going to scamper down to second base, and Olsen is now looking at a full count. Lindsay comes from a long line of softball players. Her mom, Tricia, very well-known player in the Glencoe Silver Lake area. And here we go, full count. And she looks at strike 3. So 1 out, and we still have a runner over at second. That's Mackenzie Evenson. And this will bring up the center fielder, Anya Lindell Paulson. Anya's been playing center field all season for the Lady Orioles. Little side note on Anya as she looks at first strike is that she's also a excellent musician and plays in the high school band. There's a low pitch. That's a changeup in the dirt. So 1-1 with 1 out. Oriole half of the second inning here. Paulson looks at her. Looks focused. And the pitch. Ooh, right down the pipe there. Anya looks like she might have been backing out on that pitch a little bit. Front leg looked like it might have been dancing. 1-2. Collins and the pitch. So she hits it fall. First baseman gets up, picks it over. Takes a leisurely jaunt back to her spot over at the first bag. Taryn adjusts her face mask. Gives the ball a little bit of a wiggle and the delivery. And there's a foul ball. That's going back towards the homes here in on Aquila Park. So 1-2. Collins stares in. It's interesting, she's not on the rubber. Most of the pitchers will stand on the rubber to take their signal from the catcher. Ooh, high, she held off of it. And 2-2 the count now. That's low in the dirt. And she's worked her to a full count. It should be. Taryn winds up. And the pitch. Paulson misses it low. And that's strike 3. So it looks like she just swung over it a little bit. This will bring up our designated player today. Number 5 is Ellen Hines. Ellen had a couple of hits the other day. So hopefully she can stay on her hot streak. She's been making contact. That's high, and she's a little behind it. You can hear that wind picking up. And here comes the dust. It's going to go right in the catcher's eyes, and hopefully nobody gets hurt. Here's Collins' delivery. Well, they said she offered. So 0-2 now. And strike 3. So after giving up that first hit, she went, struck out the rest. So Olsen strikes out looking, Paulson strikes out swinging, and then Hines strikes out looking. After 2 complete, Orioles 0, Lady Hawks 0. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back from Oriole Park at Aquila Fields.
Introducing a new day of the week, someday. Now, everything you were going to do someday is on the calendar. Want to retire someday? You'll really want this. a My Social Security account at socialsecurity.gov. You can estimate your future benefits and manage current benefits online. Millions of people have a My Social Security account. Get yours today, because someday is here at socialsecurity.gov.
All right. All right. So we're back here. Top of the third. And for the Hawks is number 15, Alexis Kleeman. Alexis falls behind 0-2 in the count.
Protect.
Ooh, that looked good. 1-2. Annabelle just missed that one. That one's in the dirt. And the count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out.
Use it, anything close.
Kind of a swinging bunt. I'm surprised to see that with 2 strikes. If that's just a normal bunt and she falls it, as you know, that would be an out. But kind of made a little bit of a running attempt at it. So, it's also, oh, and there she goes, looking strike 1 or strikeout. Strike 3, 1 out. So 2 batters in a row now, looking at called strike 3. And the flex player would now be up, so we're moving back to the top of the order, which is number 5, Emily Eaton. She's playing second base. She grounded out to Sophie Ullman in the first.
Here we go, 5.
That strikeout was number 2 for Annabelle Schutte today. The pitch. Oh. Looked good from here. Might have been a little bit outside. Ball's in the dirt. 2-0 now. On the leadoff batter, Emily Eaton.
Line drive.
And that's ball 3. Oh, thought it was only. Well, apparently that was ball 4. So base on balls now for Emily. Let's hope that Annabelle can regain her composure here and get the ball over the plate for against Maisie Miller. Maisie chops one down the third base side. So the goal here is to get the runner over to second. They're trying to manufacture a run.
Here we go, Macy.
And she squares up for the bunt, and that's foul. So 0-2. Schutte jumps on top on this batter. And now it'll be interesting to see if Miller swings away here. A lot of times the slap hitters are converted right-handed batters over to left. Yeah, she's going to slap it, and did she offer? Pass ball. Ball gets by Swanson, and Eaton goes down to first base. They're saying that Miller held back. So it's 1-2 now, the count. One away here, top of the third. Strike 3, a looking strikeout. A third strikeout today for Schutte. And this will bring up the 3-hitter, number 17, first baseman Kenzie Bachman. Spoke with Bachman before the game, and she said that the N's were free, so she spells her last name with 2 N's. Kind of a character. All right, so she looks at ball 1.
Here we go, Kenzie. 2 down, Emily.
2 outs. Shooty rocks, fires, and that goes in the middle. Evenson makes the play over to Olsen, and the 3rd out. On that 4-3 play for the 3rd out. Here you'll see it again. Kenji just swings a little late. Now it comes after the box. And that's Mackenzie Evenson with the backhanded play, and the nice solid throw over to Lindsay Olsen, who makes the catch at first. So after 2.5 complete, 0-0 here from Oriole Park at Aquila Fields. There you can see Coach Wahutka talking to some of his younger players, and Coach Johnson on the right there. She's listening in, talking some strategy here. Coach Wahutka's in his 6th year here at St. Louis Park, coaching the Lady Orioles. He also coached quite a while for the boys baseball team, and he's a science teacher over at the high school. Some people might not know Al was a good athlete in his day, playing football and baseball and basketball. Clouds are starting to roll in here. Hopefully we can keep them away long enough for us to get in our 7 innings. Or if the Orioles put up a 10 spot on the Hawks, we can finish this one in 5. There you look at Collins laughing with her catcher. And leading off the bottom of the 3rd here is number 9, the left fielder today is Lauren Resnick. Lauren's a senior, 2-sport athlete. She played 4 years of varsity basketball, and this will be her 5th year of varsity softball. She hits the first one. That's going to be a hit right up the box. A nice strong hit by Resnick, and she leads off the 3rd, bottom of the 3rd for the Lady Orioles with a hit. There you can see that replay. Resnick hits it right in between 3rd and short. A nice rocket. Lauren says she credits everything she knows from her brother Jonah. There's a swing down low. This will bring up Selena Hampton. Hampton's playing right field today. Hampton's sporting number 10 this year. So in the order it goes 9 Resnick, 10 Hampton. She swings, another low ball. Resnick takes an aggressive lead. Catcher fakes it down to first, but no throw. So Hampton finds herself behind in the count 0-2, and we'll see if the changeup comes. Catcher looks in to get the sign from the coach in the dugout. And here comes Collins' delivery. That's strike 3. So she goes down 1-2-3. And that's the 5th strikeout for Collins today. Not really overpowering anybody, but just good placement. So this Annabelle Schutte is the flex player, so this brings us the top of the order, which is number 8, Maddie McIntosh. Maddie led off the game with a nice single into center field. See if she can stay hot. She swings, that goes in the ground, foul ball down the third base line. Resnick's looking to steal second. She ate a good breakfast this morning, so she should be all nourished and ready to go. Here's Collins towing the slab, the rock, the fire, low in the dirt, and brings the count to 1-1. So on the scoreboard, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a couple of donuts, 0-0, bottom of the 3rd. The wind up the pitch, and that's foul ball. So 1-2 the count now on Maddie McIntosh. Maddie's friends call her the Mad Dog. If she doesn't get enough sleep, she can be a little grumpy. So let's hope she got some rest. couple of raindrops starting to float in here. Maddie looks at inside ball. So 2-2 now the count. Maddie hits one in the dirt, right to the pitcher's column. She goes to first. Resnick slides safe at second. So Maddie moves her around. And we've got 2 outs. Well, this is kind of the Orioles mantra lately. We get runners on and then we can't move them in. So a nice slide by Resnick down at second, and Maddie goes out 1-3. So here's Shay Swanson. Shay's a junior, and she and Lauren have been working together for the last 2 years as a pitcher-catcher combination. So the rain is starting to come in a little more aggressively here. Might have to reach out to Paul in the truck and see if we're at risk of being electrocuted. Shay swings it, a foul ball. That's going to go behind the plate. Foul. Everyone that was playing down at the playground is now left. Wind is still coming in pretty aggressively here. 0-2 on the count, 2 outs. And Shay swings through it for strike 3. So after 3 complete, it's 0-0 here at Oriole Park at Aquila Fields.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
All right, we're back at Oriole Park at Aquila Field. You can see some raindrops there on camera 1 behind the plate. It came down a little bit, now it's settled down. The 1-1 on the batter. And leading off here is number 6 is Haley Haas. Haley Haas looks at strike 2. Oh, 1-2 now. Last time up, Haley hit it to the shortstop. She got on an error. And she swings hard. That one's right center field. Anya Lindell Paulson can't get there. Hampton was playing too deep to make a play on that one. So a base hit for Haley Haas. Only the second hit of the game so far. Shooty goes high. Let's see. Oh, nobody charged that one, and it's going to be in the dirt. Mackenzie Evenson throws it under Olson. Yep. So second. So nobody out now. Runners at second and third. Top of the 4th inning here at Oriole Park at Aquila Fields. And all of a sudden, the Hawks are putting something together here. And this is number 9, Sydney Swenson. She hits it to Ullman. Ullman runs her down. Now they've got a little bit of a run. Oh, she's out of the batter's box, or excuse me, the runner, the baseline. So a smart play by Ullman to get the out. And Swanson goes down to second on the fielder's choice. And this will bring up number 3, the slappy slap hitter, Allie Case. Allie grounded out last time to the third baseman, Sophie Oman. Let's see if they can repeat it. And she tries to strong bunt it. Schutte looks over. Oh, and Schutte makes a wild throw down the first baseline. That's going to score 1, and it's going to score 2. So E1 on the play, and it ended up scoring 2 runs. So unfortunate for the Lady Orioles, who were doing a nice job here for the first 3 innings, and now they're with 1 out. They're down 2-0. There's a pull hit down the third base line by the pitcher Collins. Resnick goes down to corral it, throws it back in. So top of the 4th, 1 strike, no balls here to the pitcher Collins. Orioles have 1 out, and the Hawks have a runner at second base. Here comes Schutte, the windup, the pitch. Oh, and a nice hard hit right over the shortstop's head. Lindell Paulson comes up throwing. The play is going to be at the plate. It's off. Oh, and it gets by Swanson, and Collins stays at first base. So a nice hit by Taryn Collins, and she gets the RBI. So that brings the score now to 3-0, and still 1 out. So Orioles are not helping themselves here this inning. Hopefully they can corral the ball and get this second out. And an attempt bunt for strike 1. So 0-1 on the batter, number 15, is Alexis Clayman. Alexis struck out looking last time at bat. And she looks at strike 2. All the infielders were moving that time. That's good. And she swings this one foul. Coach Trout made a little bit of a skate play there, a skate save, or a drop kick. 0-2 on Alexis. Schutte rocks, fires. That's a foul ball. So way ahead of the batter now, 0-2 still. 1 out, 3-0 now in favor of the Hawks. And she falls another one. Almost had a foot out of the batter's box when she hit that one. She's moving, trying to get down that first baseline as quick as possible, and trying to move Collins over to second base in scoring position. So Collins left early, and that's an out. There's no leading off in softball, so 1 out. That'll help the Orioles. Now there's 2 outs. 0-2. And she looks at ball 1. Let's see if Schutte battles and challenges her here. Again, that noise you hear is the heavy winds here at Oriole Park. And she slaps that one foul ball. Almost hitting a car on the Aquila Park there. Would have been a snapper, or excuse me, a Abra auto body moment, like they used to say. 1-2. And the pitch, and she slaps it down third again. So probably her 5th foul ball now. Really working the pitch count here. Quite a battle between number 7 and number 15.
Here we go, 15.
2 outs, nobody on. Schutte fires and tries to slap it down. Ullman makes the catch for the 3rd out and the final out of that inning. So You can just see that there. She stepped out of the box and then went back with the pitch. Ullman makes the play at third for the third out. So after 3.5 complete, the Orioles 0 and the Hawks 3. Coach Wahutka's trying to settle the girls down over in front of the Oriole dugout. See a little bit of some rock in there. That's the wind bouncing our cameras. One of the assistant coaches is working with Taryn Collin, the pitcher who actually got called off last inning because she left the base early. You don't see that called too often, but it's nice to know that they're paying attention. We got 2 umpires tonight. That way the plate umpire can concentrate on balls and strikes, and the base ump can concentrate on the runners as he did there. Big throw down to second base by the catcher, Michaela Johnson. So leading off for the lady half of the 4th inning will be number 14, the big cat, Sophie Ullman. Sophie made the 3rd out in the last inning, so back-to-back action plays here. And on deck will be second baseman Mackenzie Evenson. So here we go, Collins. She toes the slab, she looks in, gets her signal from Johnson. She rocks and fires. And that's coming right down here, first base side, foul. 0-1 on number 14. Sophie Ullman is also a basketball player. Plays basketball all year round. She plays AAU as well as softball. Good athlete. Really has grown quite a bit in the last year. She's talked to her mom. I think she grew about 2.5 inches over the summer. Hopefully it's from all those fruits and vegetables she's eating. The big cat. She swings hard, and that's going to go foul, and it hits a tree down at the park and caroms off back towards the cars. So Sophie's at 1-2 in the count, nobody out. First batter here in the bottom of the 4th for the Orioles. She swings, that's slicing towards the first baseman who makes the play. So Sophie lines out for the first out. And this will bring up the second baseman, Mackenzie Evenson. Mackenzie's wearing number 6 again this year. Started that last year when the Orioles went to the new uniforms. Got a lot of rave reviews about the ladies bringing back the orange in the uniform. Past couple years they had the black and white, so good to see the park colors coming back in. And she looks at strike 1. 1-1. Mackenzie got a hit, infield hit her first time at bat. You might recall the shortstop bobbled it just enough time to get her down the first base line. She swings at one in the dirt, pops up foul. So now 1-2 on Evenson, and got a ball coming into the field. One away, and the Orioles need base runners. That's going to be a high popper over to third or shortstop, who makes the play. So Mackenzie goes at the shortstop twice. First time it worked, second time not the same result. So 6-3 on that play, and this will bring up Lindsay Olson. Lindsay went down looking at strike 3 in the first inning. She's playing first base today. So 2 outs. Orioles trying to get a rally here. And she looks at strike 1. Lindsay's also a 2-sport athlete, playing basketball, as you can tell by her height. And I guess she could be playing a volleyball too, but nope, she's a basketball and a softball player. And when she's way behind that one. 0-2. Let's hope she can get some good bat on this one. Put something in play here and get a rally started. She hits that one off the ground. That's up the middle. Second baseman makes a heck of a play, but oh, she's safe. Lindsay ran it out. The second baseman made a great play on that one, but she just took her time throwing the ball over to first. I think she thought she'd have more time to it. And here you can see the play again. So Lindsay hits it down into the dirt. We've had about 5 of those today where the girls are just hitting the ball right into the ground, and this infield's kind of hard, so the infield's getting a good hop. 2 outs, Olson on first. And this will bring up Anya Lindell Paulson. Anya playing center field today. And she struck out her first time at the plate. Ball 1 on Paulson, Lindell Paulson. 3-0 here in favor of the Hawks. Bottom of the 4th. Anya swings hard, a quick snap throw down to first, but Olson's there in time. So 1-1. On number 11, 1-1. She holds back on that one. And 2-1 now. Collins has had a good mix of pitches. She's kind of an in and out pitcher as opposed to a change of speed pitcher. Likes to hit her spots. That time she threw it a little harder. Missed inside. So 3-1 now the count. And this is what they call the hitter's pitch. 2 outs. See if she caters one. Nope. That's low, ball 4. So Lindell Paulson is on with the base on balls, and that's the first walk of the game given up by Collins, the pitcher. So now we've got 2 outs, runners at first and second, and this will bring up number 5, Ellen Hines. Ellen missed that one, and the catcher missed it, and then the runners will advance to second and third. So 1 strike, 2 outs. Ellen's older brother is an excellent athlete, good football and baseball player. And her dad, John, did a fair bit of coaching too. So it comes from a family of athletes. And Collins, 0-1 in the dirt. So 1-1 now. 2 outs. Collins is set. She rocks and delivers. Looks at strike 2. Oh, and a snap throw down to third. Olson turned her back. Coach Wahutka's telling her to keep her head up. We got second and third here. 1-2 the count. 2 outs on Ellen Hines, number 5. She hits one down the right field line. It's slicing foul. She got a nice piece of that one. Looked like Collins was trying to give her the curveball that time. Sorry for that break there. The wind blew all of our papers away here out of the press box. Oh, and Ellen Hines swings by, strike 3. So Orioles leave 2 stranded there. And at the end of 4 complete, the Hawks of Chaska 3, and the Orioles 0. We back. Welcome back to Oriole Park at Aquila Fields, where today the Lady Orioles are hosting the Lady Hawks from Chaska.
Here we go, Emily.
Top of the fifth. It's the top of the order, Emily Eaton. And the Hawks find themselves up 3-0 here. Lady Orioles had one bad inning, and it caused a little bit of havoc on the score sheet. There's the pitch, that slicing foul right at our truck. Ooh, one of our cameramen almost took that one. I don't think you get workman's comp for that. So 0-1 now. Top of 5. Top of the order, number 5, Emily Eaton. She's playing second base today, and she rips one into right field, and that's going to get by Hampton, and that's going to go all the way to the fence. Eaton's on her horse. She's rolling after second. Now she's coming to third, and Coach Trapp has got her there safe. What a nice-looking slide at third base. Well coached is Emily Eaton, and she rips that right down the line for a triple. There you can see the play, just slicing right up the line. And the grass is a little bit wet here, so the ball can skip on those plays. Now we've got number 2 is Maisie Miller. Maisie, the center fielder, the slap hitter, and she has strike 1. Let's take a look at what Maisie's done so far. She had a pop out to the catcher her first time at bat, and her last time she got out, she was out, looked at a third strike, and there she bunts to the pitcher, Annabelle Schutte, who makes the out, and then they try to make a play on Eaton, over at third, and she slides in safe. So a lot of action there on the 1-3 out by Annabelle Schutte. This will bring up the 3-hitter. Number 17 is Kenzie Bachman. Kenzie had a hit, and then she grounded out to the second baseman, Mackenzie Evenson, her last at bat. She looks at strike 1. That was one of those ones where she was taking all the way, and then she saw how good the pitch was. I think she wanted to swing at it. So 1 out here, top of 5, Oriole Park. Schutte, the pitch. She goes outside. Swanson can't get it in the glove, but no steal there. Good backup there by Mackenzie, backing up the throw to the pitcher. Evenson on the move every pitch. Like to see that. Evenson's grandfather, Roger, excellent softball player. There's a hit slicing fall down the right field side, and that's out of play. So 1-2 now, the count on Bachman.
Here we go, Kenzie.
One away, runner at third. Oh, and Annabelle tried to throw her the changeup. It clearly stuck to her hand a little bit there and sailed high. 2-2 now on the off-speed pitch. 2-2, 1 out, top of 5. I'm Mike Resnick, along with the crack staff here at ParkTV 16, bringing you St. Louis Park girls softball. And you are in Oriole country. 3-2 now. Full count on Mackenzie Bachman. She hits one into the ground. Play out at, rough play at short, and looks like that's going to be E6. Error on the shortstop. And a run scores on that one. This will bring up Haley Haas, the third baseman. Haley's number 6 this year. Told me before the game that 6 was her lucky number. That ball scoots away. Shea can't come up with it, and Bachman goes down to second. So still 1 out, ball 1. The Orioles would like to avoid another one of those 3-run innings. They've been plagued with quite a few of those this year where they play very, very solid, and then they have that one inning that just kind of blows up. Ullman charges, she looks the runner back, and the runner still goes to third. So 2 outs now as Haas is thrown out on the 5-3 play. And that'll move Kenzie Bachman over to third. And this will bring up number 1, Michaela Johnson. Johnson's catching today.
Here we go, Michaela!
Had a fun time talking with the Chaska girls before the game. Michaela told me that not only is she number 1 in the program, but she's also number 1 in everyone's hearts. So good to see she's got some confidence. There's a rip. Oh, and it gets through the second base. Oh, and it's going to go all the way to the fence. Hampton tries to track that one down, and now you've got Johnson rolling past second down to third, and she's standing up. Now it's 5-0. And here you can see that one gets right through second base.
Here we go, Sydney!
So 2 outs, runner now at third, and this will bring up number 9, Sydney Swenson. Sydney hits it over to third. That's Sophie Oman over to Lindsay Olson for the third out. 5-3. So we'll have to check with the official scorebook if that last one was a hit or an error on Evenson. But after 4.5 complete, we've got 5-0 the Lady Hawks. Typically in the 5th or 6th inning, you will see some substitutions. We're just going to look around the field and see if either team has done anything. It does look like number 12 now. Nope, she's flex, so she's been in the game. Just checking, surveying the land here. Orioles should have, it should be Resnick, Hampton, and then the top of the order. And we'll see if that changes. It looks like Resnick is in the on-deck circle. Hampton is talking to the coach. And we're waiting to see if Maddie's grabbing her batting helmet. So there you see the line. 5 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors have accounted for the runs. And on St. Louis Park, just the 2 hits. So unfortunately, 2 hits is not going to do it. They've got to be a little more consistent at the plate, and they've struggled with this all year. The games where they've had base runners, they've competed, and the games where they haven't has been where it's been a little bit of a struggle. Today we had one opportunity where we had a base runner, and then she got thrown out at second, so that kind of killed that rally a little bit. But let's hope they can start one here. As I look into the stands, and everyone's got their rally caps on here for the Orioles. Let's see, number 9, is she new? Nope, she was there before. Hawks, their customary meeting behind the slab. Some high fives all around. And leading off for the Orioles half of the 5th, will be the left fielder today, number 9, Lauren Resnick. Resnick got a sharp hit the first time at bat between the third and shortstop. She swings, she goes after one down the right field line. It's tailing and caught by the right fielder. So a good piece, but just hung up a little bit there. So F9 on that one. 1 out, and this will bring up Selena Hampton. Good idea. The right fielder was pinching a little bit, and unfortunately it just hung up a little bit. So there's Taryn Collins taking a look at the sign. She toes the slab, gives the ball a little bit of a wiggle, tries to adjust the grip, and she delivers. And Hampton swings right through it. Didn't look like Selena really had her eye on the ball that time. Let's see if she gets a better look this time. 0-1 with 1 out. There she hits that one sharply through the second baseman. And there's a nice hit for Hampton, and she gets on with her first hit of the game. So Hampton's safe at first, 1 out, and the top of the order, Maddie McIntosh. Maddie got a hit her first time up, and then she grounded out to the pitcher her second time at bat. See if they get Hampton moving. Hampton's got some good speed. Not as good as Casio. Casio is the team speedster. And strike one. So 0-1 the count. Oh, and she misses that one inside and low. Good placement by Collins. 0-2 now, she's ahead. See if she gives her the junk ball. Very common when you get ahead in the count to give a changeup or a drop ball. Well, she went up high. Tried to get her to chase. 1-2 now the count. See if Maddie can get her hitting shoes back on here and move Selena around. She hits it hard down in the ground. That's going to get through. Oh, and it's going to get through the shorts or the center fielder. That's going to go. Hampton stopped to look. Now Maddie's going to go to third, and Hampton's going to score. So a base hit for McIntosh, and she gets over to third on the air, and Hampton scores. So congratulations to Maddie, her second hit of the game. Six hits total for the Orioles. And this will bring up the backstop, number 1, Shaydog Swanson. Swanee, as they call her. Also comes from a long line of ball players. Her brother played for the Orioles, and her dad played for the Cooper Hawks. Also, some of you might know her dad, Steve, is in the Softball Hall of Fame. So some good lineage here. Bottom of 5, 5-1 now. They broke up the shutout. Shea's behind that one. And the ball scampers away, but not far enough for McIntosh to score. 0-2 on Swanson, 1 out, 5-1 here. Bottom half of 5. The rock and the fire. Oh, and Shea was way behind that one. So, second strikeout tonight for Shea. She flew out to the center fielder, then she struck out twice, and this will bring up Sophie Oman. Sophie struck out her first time, and she lined out to the first baseman. So let's see if Sophie can hit in Maddie. She hits a sharp one. That's up over towards second. And the Orioles have had 3 hits through that hole there, and that will score Maddie McIntosh. And Sophie has her first hit of the game. And the Orioles are starting to time Collins a little bit here. It's now 5-2, bottom of the 5th, and here comes Evenson. Evenson got a hit her first time up and then grounded out to the shortstop, but both times she hit it to short. 2 outs. Let's see if she can hit it through. And that's a pass ball, and Oman's going to get down to second. She rounds and looks over to third. So now Sophie's in scoring position. See if Mackenzie can gap something. All of a sudden, the coaching staff from Chaska is coming out and giving some additional instruction. They might be getting a little worried with this rally. And that's high. So Mackenzie now sitting at 2-0 in the count. Well, the first one was a wild pitch, and that one came up high. So it appears that when Collins misses, she misses high. Typically, when the pitchers dip down, the ball sails up on them. So let's take a look and see if she's dipping. No, that time she stayed tall, and that's going to get through on the second base side. There's going to be a play at first. She's safe. And Oman gets over to third. So a nice hit by Evenson, her second hit of the night. And Oman scampers over to third. And now we've got runners on the corners. And this will bring up the first baseman, Lindsay Olson. Lindsay struck out looking her first time up, and her last time she got on a hit. The infield hit. 5-2, and the wind is picking up again here. Boy, that's tough. And the umpire calls time, which I think is the right call here. The dust is floating up in everybody's face behind the plate. I have to talk to the athletic director and see about putting up a dome for next season. That one's low, and she swings, and the ball is fair. No. Oh, and Olsen gets on a fielder's choice. So she hit the ball right into the dirt, and it just stopped. The catcher opted to pick it up and throw towards third base, where the third baseman was playing up, and she couldn't make the tag. And this will bring up number 11, the center fielder, Anya Lindell Paulson. Paulson struck out in the first at-bat, and she got a base on ball in her last at-bat. And now we've got bases full of birds with 2 outs. Anya looks at strike 1, and that was just a straight fastball. She probably wishes she could have that one back. And Paulson swings over the top of that one. So Anya falls by the count 0-2 with 2 outs. This will be a big pitch. We'll see if they give her something to hit or if they get her to chase on they're setting up outside, and she misses, strike 3. So tough out there when they have bases loaded. But a good inning for the Orioles, putting up 2 runs and getting a lot of base runners, a lot of hits that inning. And the Orioles bring their hit count up to, I think that was 4 in that inning alone. So 4, I think that's 8 hits total, and that's what we've got on the graphic. So good job by our crack staff, Paul in the truck. And there you can see the line, Chaska, 5 runs on 5 hits and 1 error, and the Lady Orioles 2 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. And we're going to look around and see if there's any changes made in the field. It looks like everybody's staying the same right now for the Orioles. And we're going into the top of the 6th. Once again, we want to call out our camera staff, Ben, Dina, and Kurt today. And of course, Paul in the truck, who is masterminding the whole thing. I want to thank them for their efforts and supporting St. Louis Park sports. And fans, if you get a chance to get out and support the local teams, I recommend it. A lot of fun, and it's fun to see these kids and how they do. So Annabelle Schutte on the mound, number 7, and she's going to be looking in. At number 3 is Allie Case. Allie does a drag bunt, and Sophie Ullman's going to try and beat it, and no, didn't get it in time, and then Olsen drops the ball anyway, so she would have been safe. So base hit for Allie Case. Allie was 0 for 2 prior to that. She had grounded out to Sophie, and then there was an error on the pitcher, Annabelle Schutte, who threw it past Olsen at first base, and Case found herself over at second. So now number 20, that's Taryn Collins. Taryn tries to bunt, and that's going to go foul. So again, the Chaska Hawks are trying to play small ball and manufacture a run here. On the no, that was a hit. Yep. No. Scorebook gave her a hit on that one, I guess. Here's Taryn. She's down in the count, 0-1 with nobody out. And And swings fall. So now 0-2. Shooty way ahead in the count. Let's see if she wastes a pitch here and tries to get her to chase. Mano-y-mano as the pitchers are battling here. And Shooty rocks. Oh, and that's in the dirt, but she pulls it up. Let's see if they try to get the out at second. They do. Oh, and the throw by Evenson was in the dirt, but they got the lead runner. So Collins finds herself safe on the fielder's choice. And 1 out now. And this will bring up number 15, Alexis Kleeman. Alexis struck out looking in the first, and then she flew out to Sophie over at third her last time at bat. Let's see if she tries to go that way again. Yep, she's trying to drag it again. One out, 1-0 on the batter. Top of the 6th here, Oriole Park at Aquila Fields. I'm Mike Resnick along with the ParkTV 16 crew, and she looks at strike 1. Alexis is the team knitter. She likes to knit everybody's stocking caps in the winter. They all have matching caps. They're purple and white. So 2-1 now the count.
Here we go, Alexis.
And she squares up to bunt. She goes up to Shooty, who scoops it with her glove. Not in time. So base hit for Kleeman. So unfortunately, Annabelle used her glove to pick that up, and Coach Wahutka was just telling her, you got to pick it up with your bare hand. You can see here, she didn't even have her hand in the glove. She's got to, if you're going to field it with the glove, you got to have your hand down there too. So unfortunately, that little bit of a delay cost her a hit. And now we've got base runners at first and second. It's 5-2, 1 out, and this will bring up see if we have a substitution here. I think we have a substitution. This is number 14, Hannah Erickson. So Hannah is now in batting for Emily Eaton, I believe. She looks at low ball 1. So far we're in the 6th inning, and all of the original batters were able to bat 3 times for the Chaska Hawks. And there she looks at strike 1. So 1-1 with 1 out. Runners at first and second. We had a little bit of rain here earlier, and the wind seemed to have blown it just to our west, giving it over to our neighbors in Hopkins. And there's a shot down to the first baseline. Olson picks it up. She steps on first, and that'll give us 2 outs. G3 unassisted there for Olson. Runners at second and third. And this will bring up number 2 in the 2 spot, Macy Miller. She's playing center field today. Macy swings, and that's slicing foul towards the cars. And she falls behind 0-1. So all of the outfielders are playing in except for Hampton. She's still kind of deep. Got Resnick and Lindell Paulson left and center are way in. There's a hard bunt. Oh no, Olson, and she makes the scoop. Nice scoop by Lindsay Olson as Ullman throws it in the dirt on a 5-3 play. So Hawks were knocking at the door, but the Orioles did a good job bearing down and holding them to no runs that inning. So there you see the line, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Chaska, and the Orioles 2 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. We're entering the bottom of the 6th, and looks like Coach Wahutka is talking to his team. I'm not sure if he's going to be making some adjustments or not, as he's got his scorecard over. So due up for the Orioles should be Ellen Hines. Ellen has struck out twice tonight, and she is actually our designated player today. And then fielding in her spot is Annabelle Schutte, the pitcher. So Annabelle is not batting, she's in the field, and Ellen Hines is not in the field, she's batting. Again, a lot of the softball coaches will utilize that flex player to get other kids in the game. So now you're playing 10 instead of 9. Customary meeting at the mound. Well, there I am. Hello, folks. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Resnick, and glad to be a part of ParkTV 16 Sports. You can see, I don't have Red Vines. I'm sporting the Twizzlers. They're not even my sponsor today, but they make a heck of a snack. I'm busted, aren't I? I'm not supposed to be eating on the job. These 4:30 games are tough for us old folks. Normally I'm at the buffet by now. All right, 5-2 here, bottom of the 6th. Leading off for the Orioles is Ellen Hines. That's a high pop. The catcher should have a play at it. And she does. 1 pitch, 1 out as Hines flies out to number 2. Catcher. This will bring up the left fielder, Lauren Resnick. Lauren hit a hard shot her first time at bat and hit a long fly ball down the right field line in her last at bat for an out. So let's see what Resnick can do here. 1 out rally here, hopefully for the Orioles, bottom of the 6th. Resnick hits a hard one. That's gonna, and it's right at second base. So they call those atom bombs, where you hit it right at them. So F4, and the Orioles quickly have 2 outs on 2 pitches, and this will bring up number 10, Selena Hampton. Selena had a nice hit her last at bat and started that little rally of hits that got through the second base side. This time she's way out ahead of it. So far so that she actually took 1 hand off the bat. 0-1, 2 outs. 5-2 here at Oriole Park at Aquila Fields. This one comes slicing down the, and that's off the windshield. And I can't tell if that's a crack or if that's just a smudge on the windshield. Paul, you might have to take a look at that passenger side windshield. It did. Well, it's official. It was only a matter of time before we had a broken windshield here at Oriole Park. So, well, we might have to pass around a hat and take up a collection. That ball misses inside. The Hamptons at 1-2 with 2 outs. Didn't even look like it was traveling that fast. I'm surprised it must have just hit at the right spot. And that's a foul ball going back towards the homes here at Aquila. So tough at bat now, 1-2. 2 outs, 5-2. Lady Hawks are leading the Lady Orioles in conference action. Suburban West. Taryn rocks and fires. That's high. So good hold off there by Selena Hampton. On deck, we're at the top of the order again with Maddie McIntosh, who's got 2 hits today, and she scored a run. See if we can extend this inning. Foul ball, so good battle. She might have swung at ball 3 there, but she's staying alive. Anything close. And she hits it right back to the pitcher, scoops it up. Ooh, a little low throw, but makes the out. So Hampton goes 1-3 to end the inning. So after 6 complete, 5-2 Lady Hawks.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
We're back at Oriole Park at Aquila Fields, where the Lady Orioles are behind 5-2 to the Chaska Hawks. Leading off the 7th will be number 17 first baseman Kenzie Bachman. She looks at ball one. That was low. On the day, Kenzie got a hit. She grounded out to second, and then she got on an error by the shortstop. She hits that one high into right field. Oh, and Hampton can't make the play. She's going to come up throwing. Oh, and they missed the cutoff and the backup. And Bachman finds herself safe at second. There you can see the hit as it's Bachman didn't really run it out that hard. She thought it was going to be caught. And then as soon as she saw it drop, she was on her horse over to second. So now we've got Haley Haas, third baseman, number 6. She looks at one inside. So runner at second, nobody out. This is the only game played here today. It looks like the other game might be at Chaska today. Shooty fights back 1-1.
Here we go, Haley!
Hawks would like to get back a couple of those runs they gave up 2 innings ago. And that one's down in the dirt. Omen over to first, so 1 out. And Bachman moves over to third. This should bring up the catcher, number 1, Michaela Johnson. She looks at strike 1.
Here we go, Michaela!
The ball popped out of Shea's glove, but it just fell right by the plate, so no damage. That ball is hit down to right field. Oh, and Hampton can't make the play on that one. That's going to score a run. And Johnson's going to find herself at third. And that ball, there we go. So
Here we go, Sydney!
6-2 now, top of the 7th. That one's in the dirt.
Here we go, 9! See it, 9! Be ready!
There's a hit to short. McIntosh over to first. Olsen tries to get it home, but the throw's not there. So Swenson gets the RBI on the on the ground out there. 7-2 now. And this will bring up number 3, Allie Case, shortstop. Allie grounded out, got on an error by Shooty, and then got a hit. And she's ahead in the count, 1-0. 7-2 now, favor the Chaska Hawks. And that's in the dirt.
Here we go, Allie!
And that's in low. Annabelle starting to struggle a little bit, 2-0. So hopefully she can regain her some composure here. It's tough when you get some of these girls to pop up and then and your supporting cast can't complete the play. So I know she's probably a little frustrated, but still got a fire strikes. So now it's 2-1 with 2 outs. Looks like Coach Stephanie and Coach Wahutka are going to let her try and battle out of this. Not a lot of chatter from the infield. Lady Orioles are been out there a long time. There's 2-2 now on the count. Allie Case ground out on an air and a base hit the last time up. And there's a high popper. That's going to go to the shortstop, and that's not going to be in time. So infield hit for Allie Case. Second hit in a row. She's been on the last 3 times, so 3 out of 4 times her on-base percentage. It's about 750, not too bad. And this will bring up the pitcher, Taryn Collins. Collins struck out looking, got a hit, and then there was a fielder's choice. And, oh, a head-first slide is safe. Nice play by Allie Case. And the ball hits her on the throwdown from home. 7-2 here, Oriole Park at Aquila Fields. Ball 1, 2, no strikes, 2 outs. Top of 7. And Chaska's trying to move some runners again. They're manufacturing runs. Orioles did a nice job the first couple innings holding them. And then there's a hit. Resnick comes up firing a beautiful throw from left field, keeping the runner at bay. So a very good hit by Collins at a great at bat. And you'll see here the ball gets through the infield. Resnick comes up and she doesn't even think. She just throws it, a rocket to home. Good backup there by Schutte. But nice to see the Lady Orioles get the ball back into the infield quickly and hold those runners. So first and third, runners stealing. There's no throw down to second, so Collins finds herself safe and clean at second base. No slide needed there. 7-2, top of 7. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and number 15 is Alexis Kleeman. Alexis gives a little slap back to Schutte. Schutte throws it hard over to Olsen for the 3rd out on the 1-3. So bottom of the 7th now, 7-2, favor the Lady Hawks from Chaska, Minnesota, Southwest Metro. Just down highway, what is that, 5 or 212, depending upon which neighborhood you're coming from. So this is a big inning here. Orioles need 5 to extend play, 6 to win. And looking around the field for the Hawks, it looks like they're staying with their same lineup, same fielding positions. And let's see if Coach Wahutka does anything different at the plate. So there you see the line. Chaska 7 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. Lady Orioles 2 runs on 8 hits and 3 errors. Going to take a look here and see. We talked a little bit about who Chaska had coming up next. Let's take a look at the Orioles. Orioles play Friday night. They've got a doubleheader on Friday, May 8th at Chanhassen. So if you're down in Chanhassen, stop by, grab some dinner and a theater, and maybe catch a Orioles softball game. And then Monday, May 11th, they've got Robbinsdale Cooper back here at St. Louis Park, and that is senior night. So get a chance to come on down and support the seniors. And then they end the season Wednesday, May 13th at Benilde. The battle for Highway 100 continues with the Lady Red Knights. So top of the order now for the Lady Orioles, and this will bring up the Mad Dog, Maddie McIntosh. Looks high at the changeup. Collins smiles back at Johnson. So starts her off with a change. Let's see if she comes back with something else. Usually a little bit of a straight ball here. That's exactly what she did. Fastball and foul ball curling back towards the homes here in beautiful Aquila Park. One and one on McIntosh. Nobody out. Bottom of the 7th. Final countdown here. McIntosh rips one towards second. That play was made easy by number 9 is Sydney Swenson. So 4-3 if you're scoring at home. Here you can see Maddie hit it hard again, but unfortunately right at her. Orioles had quite a few of those today. They've really settled down with the hitting, and unfortunately they're hitting it right at people. So now we've got Shea Swanson. Shea's catching. She's been our catcher all year, and Shea's behind. Strike one. She flew out to the center fielder her first at bat, and then she struck out her last 2 times at bat. So let's see if we can get Shea on and start something here with one out, a little one-out rally. And she swings underneath that one. 0-2. That sliced foul towards the Chaska dugout. Coach Stephanie Johnson picks it up. Oh and 2 on Swanson. And she went for the high one. And strike 3. And this will bring up Sophie Oman. Sophie struck out. She flew out to the first baseman, and she got a hit her last time at bat. Orioles are going to need to string something together here now. They've got 2 outs, and they're down 5 runs, bottom of the 7th. Oman looks at strike 1. Pitch, and Oman's way ahead of that one. Bouncing foul down the third base line. So 0-2, 2 outs. Here's where Collins will either throw the change or the rise ball. Last time she threw high and Swanson chased it. Let's see what she does here. No, that time she came right down Broadway, and it's fouled off by Oman to keep her alive. 0-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th here. Downtown St. Louis Park, Minnesota. Oh, and she looks at strike 3. And that'll end the ball game. Your final score here from Oriole Park at Aquila Fields. The Orioles 2 and the Chaska Hawks 7. Once again, I want to thank our camera people today, Ben, Dina, and Kurt, and Paul in the truck. Folks, if you want to order a copy of the game today, you can just go right to the ParkTV 16 website and do that, or you can call the City Hall and ask for a copy of that. There you see the graphic on the bottom there. Just visit www.parktv.org, or you can call the number listed below and order a DVD. This will also be broadcast web streaming or on demand. You'll find it on YouTube here in the next couple of days. So just want to look back and see how the Orioles are finishing this game. They've got 2 again, a doubleheader down in Chanhassen on Friday, and then they play their final 2 games of the season. There you see the line. Chaska with 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The Orioles 2 runs on 8 hits and 3 errors. Once again, I want to thank everybody. Thank ParkTV 16. Thank Paul and the truck and the team. I'm Mike Resnick, and thank you for watching ParkTV 16 St. Louis Park Girls Softball. We'll see you next time.